And then baby comes out, and oh my gosh, it is almost an experience that leaves me speechless. It's hard for me to describe it because it is so different for every woman, but it is like this explosion of emotions and about a lot of different things, about not being in labor anymore, or at least not being in the phases of labor where you're having to do a lot of work. Likely a lot of emotions for your baby. I'm not going to tell you what emotions those are going to be because I don't know. And with that being said, know that there is no right or wrong way to feel about your baby. It might take some time for this child to not feel like a stranger. So you might have that overwhelming love and immediately feel connected. If so, that's great. If you don't, be really, really gentle with yourself and know that there is absolutely nothing wrong with you. You have so many hormones coursing through your body. You just went through so much. So just take a beat and know that you will get there, and we'll offer you support for that later in this course. But be gentle with yourself, and when you get a second to think, and you might look back on pieces of your birth, try to resist the urge to like berate yourself if you're like, oh, that during that one piece, I wish I wouldn't have done that or whatever. And usually that analyzing comes a little bit later, but if you do that when you're still kind of in the act of labor, again, be really, really gentle with yourself, and go ahead and tell somebody that you're having these thoughts so you can receive support. So you're not just living in this world of doubt about your own abilities and what you just did. So I guess the point of what I'm saying is, if it's not all just rainbows and butterflies right after you have your baby, that's okay. It means that you're a human being who is having an experience. But I'm so proud of you. You had your baby, and now you might be going into breastfeeding if that's a choice that you're making. There's this really interesting transition that you're going through now, where a baby might be placed on your skin if there's no medical issues. You'll be looking into each other's eyes for the first time, which is a really crazy, interesting experience. And your family is expanding. So during this time, your care provider will still be down in your pelvic region, making sure that your placenta is coming down and out. They won't be like tugging on it, but they might be doing some light pulling just to kind of see what's happening with the placenta. They'll likely be massaging your lower abdomen. That can be a little bit uncomfortable. You'll still be having surges during this time because that is what gets your placenta down and out. You might be told to do some pushes to help the descent of the placenta. And you'll likely be so distracted by your baby, you won't be incredibly aware of what's going on down there. If you had a tear, also totally normal. I tore, I didn't even know. They'll likely do some suturing down there. Also with that, I didn't even notice it. You might notice it, and if you do, that's okay. That discomfort won't last forever. Just allow yourself to be taken care of. Get some water. After my son was born, after I was like, oh, googly-eyed for a second, I had to pee so bad. I think I just held him for like 5 minutes. Like, I just have to pee. I can't even concentrate. I love this child so much, but my bladder. So again, it doesn't have to be this like romantic thing. And again, we talk about these stories that we have, and you might have this story for exactly what this moment looks like and what happens. And if that's not what it looks like, that's still perfect because you're having the experience you're meant to have. So enjoy it, be gentle with yourself, and know that this is just the beginning of an epic adventure.